Good morning. Headmaster, distinguished guests, teachers, and fellow students. Finally, it is my turn to do the sharing. For those who don't know me, I'm Ms. Miranda Lam from the Department of Biology. And today, I would like to talk to you about my experience in learning and what actually did I learn. A few weeks ago, Ms. Tina Zhang taught about learning kickboxing. And today, I would like to talk to you about my experience in learning another sport, which might not be that familiar to you, and it is sailing. And yes, the photo shown here shows a few small sailboats, which we call as dinghies, that my friend and I rode on to get to Grass Island, Ta Mun. And to give you a more concrete picture of what the sport is like, I would like to show a video I took a few months ago. And right now, let's wait. Okay, I would like to start from the middle. Nice music. Okay, so you see how exciting the sport can be. Wait, you may ask, where are you, Miss Lam? I can't see you in the video. In fact, I'm the one holding the camera. And I am on a trapeze, a wire linked to a special coat I want so that I can step my feet on the side of the dinghy and totally use my body weight to counterbalance the hurling force. And you may say, you just stand there, right? It's a really easy job. In fact, when we maneuver the boat, we need to do a lot of work and pay special attention. And there is, in fact, no time for me to hold the camera anymore. And believe me, it is not fun to have to be forced to jump from a height of around 2.3 meters high when you capsized. And a common term that we use, 反船. Or to be more direct, 跳樓. And similar to the experience of many of you who have played the sport for several years, your instructors would start to show you videos of what the real game is. And here is another video. And this video is from 2012 London Olympics 470.
Behind them, it's all on with New Zealand, Greece, then down to leeward we've got Sweden. As they clatter over the waves, it's pretty rough and willing here off Weymouth. We're out Weymouth West. The New Zealanders are going to come off a big wave there. That'll make them take care and attention. Oh, the Greeks have got themselves into trouble, tight angle, and that's the difficulty when you get a spinnaker on and it's a bit tight. GBR are up.
GBR on the lead.
Certainly, they are still heading towards that wing mark, and this is right at the extreme for these boats and the sailors. Oh, someone's capsized as we need to look for his logo. Who is it? It'll be a disaster for the team.
Okay, that's it. So, is it really exciting and challenging? When I watch the video, I'm struck by the beautiful moves that the sailors demonstrate. And very similar to some of you, you would ask the instructor a question, and I would say it in Cantonese. 哇，佢哋咁勁嘅，我點先可以好似佢哋咁勁啊？ And guess what the response of my instructor was? 你唔使諗啦，點練你都唔好似佢哋咁勁㗎啦。Well, I immediately thought of the term 報應不爽. Had I ever discouraged any of you during my lesson time? I hope not. But later, the instructor explained, 點睇你都二字頭㗎啦，而家先嚟學，個腦一定冇轉得咁快㗎啦。Well, of course I look really young. This sort of triggers me. One thing that I have learned, or I'm influenced by DBS boys, is that when a teacher says something that I'm unsure of, I will not just take the fact. And as a biology teacher, I want to seek for scientific evidence. So I Google it. Of course, information on the internet might not be always true, but I tried to find information presented by recognized institutions. And if there are medical doctors or psychologists right here in the hall, please excuse me from talking about the topic in a very unprofessional manner. So, 2 questions that I have in mind. Is it really the case that the Olympic athletes excel in their 20s? And can age really affect learning? The first question is very easy to answer. As you see in the table below, the answer is yes. The average age of athletes competing in Olympics is 26. And sailing, 28. So, I got answer for my first question. How about the second one? Can age affect learning? To answer this question, we need to know what is learning in the perspective of neuroscientists. Our human brain consists of billions of brain cells, and there is connection between brain cells. So each time we learn something new, a connection will be formed between the brain cells. And the more the thing to be learned is repeated, the stronger the connections become. And you can imagine that the learning process is like building up various electric circuits. So, would age affect learning? Scientists have carried out various experiments and found that the human brain's sensitivity to learning is in 3 broad waves. And as you see here, the x-axis of this graph is time, and the y-axis is the sensitivity to learning. The higher the sensitivity to learning, the greater the impact of environmental experiences on the brain circuit formation. That is, the easier you can learn. And when this sensitivity is low, it doesn't mean that it is impossible for you to learn. It just means that the same brain circuit will be shaped by the external experiences to a lesser degree. That is, you need to learn harder. So, because of the limited time in my sharing, let's ignore the red curve. And I would like to draw your attention to the yellow one, which means about language, and the purple one, that is about higher cognition. What you can see is that the curves for language and high cognition peak somewhere around in your childhood. And as an adolescent, you are right there, still with a relatively high sensitivity to acquire skills involving higher cognition. And where am I? Though I'm still young, I have passed my adolescence. So I'm somewhere right there at that corner. And that means, although the curve for language and high cognition never goes to 0 entirely, I am now with a lower sensitivity to language and higher cognition than you. So, the answer to my second question is yes again. Age really affects learning. And as sailing involves a lot of tactics, perhaps it is true that the golden age for me to learn sailing has passed. But does it mean that I cannot enjoy the fun and excitement of racing a dinghy? And does it mean that I cannot excel in this sport? Of course not. I believe that by trying hard and doing my best, I can still improve bit by bit. And how about you? You are now in your golden age of acquiring higher cognition skills. So are you optimizing the potentials of your brain now? Or are you just here in your school time and in your non-school time? If so, will you regret when you get older, when learning a new thing takes you more effort and time? Finally, I would like to share to you a Chinese saying which is very old school style, but as I get older, I find it really meaningful. That is, 少壯不努力，老大徒傷悲。我軍方少年，理應展翅飛。And here ends my sharing. Thank you.